Welcome to Umoja Voice, our monthly program with me, Marie Ndale.
With me, Joe Santiago.
With myself, Jackie Burnett.
Umoja means unity.
We as Africans need to unite to discuss solutions for us, by us.
We will be talking about asset-based wealth creation,
Youth empowerment,
wealth protection,
health and wealth, how they go together.
Because your health is your wealth.
Welcome to our monthly program,
Umoja Voice.
Hi everybody, this is UGW, that stands for Umoja Generational Wealth, and I am here today with my colleague Marie. I'm Jacqueline Burnett. I'm one of the members of Umoja Generational Wealth, and sitting next to me is Sister Marie.
Yes, it's Marie Ndale, and hello everyone. I'm a member as well of Umoja Generational Wealth, UGW for short, and we are here to have a conversation, but we will be joined along the way by
Brother Jose and Sister Magina and Sister Angela as well. So we're going to have a conversation, and we want you to listen, and we're going to take you on a journey.
yes,
One would say. And the journey starts with, what is the significance, sister, of Saint Tomé to the African diaspora and the African global community?
Yes, Sao Tome and Principe, STP for short, is a little known paradise. It's a lovely country off the west coast of Africa, and its significance is that it is the first hub, is the first place where our ancestors were taken and to be enslaved, to work on the plantations. Long, this is around the mid 15th century by the Portuguese, and it was the first. This notion of plantation working or prison camp, of taking a group of people to use them for labor started off in Sao Tome.
Now, I have to say, sister, I didn't even know it's one of the 54 countries of Africa, of our continent, our Cuba land. But it was very insightful for me, because I've always understood that our ancestors, was Ghana, Nigeria, and Gambia.
Yes.
So I think it's really important that we need to educate the 99% we're starting today of the significance of Saint Tomé, or as we say, STP. I might have pronounced it incorrectly.
Yes. So those merchant ships got to Sao Tome long before our ancestors moved over to the Americas, or the Barbados and the other places that we know about. And up to today, if you visit this little known paradise, beautiful islands, Sao Tome is comprised of two main islands, but there are other little islands around, and so our ancestors were taken there long before we would say that the transatlantic slave journey started off from Sao Tome. Now, it's little known, but a beautiful island all the same, or beautiful string of islands, because of the natural, picturesque beauty of the place. The local landscapes. They have waterfalls. They have beautiful volcanic mountains. If you went there, so beautiful spot. That it would be good to discover. Yes.
Now, I didn't know that there's one thing that it competes with Ghana for.
What's that?
I think we discovered that it is actually the centre of the world.
It is.
Now, I have always been told Ghana is the centre of the world.
And why is Sao Tome the center? Is because the Greenwich meridian and the equator lines cross that country.
So,
That little island.
so what physical manifestation takes place? Is there something mystic happens there or conflict? Because I just wondered, what would we see if we stand on that spot?
Well, it has been known, and I think that is something I would like to see live, that when you come to where there's that division or there's that line, where that line crosses, you can actually see it visually. You can actually see the water, for going to the southern hemisphere and to the western hemisphere. You can actually see that division happening. Now, Brother Jose, who is on this call, is from Sao Tome, and Sister Angela as well. Is there any more that you can add to this fascinating history about this little known island?
Oh my God. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
It's quite a lot actually, and obviously it brings a bit of emotion because the island, besides the center of the world that Sister Marie has said, if you stand on top of the equator, or your right foot on, let's say, southern hemisphere, and the left foot, yes, Sister Marie said, you put the water, you see one going clockwise, the other one going anti-clockwise, and this is there to be. But more importantly, there is a mark there, so they built some small little mark there that you can see.
Yes,
But when you are on the ocean, you see the current coming from the south to north and from the north to south, and it converging in that area. The reason why you've got more than 2,000 different type of fish, 1,000 different type of birds, sunshine all year long, and temperature 26 to 30 degree, beach of all kinds, greens of all kinds. I mean, what else? I mean, you can't find a better paradise if I can say so.
So what
myself.
is sunset like? Because I know the nearer you get to the equator, yeah, I know further away the sunset takes longer to happen.
They are spectacular. I heard.
So is it like you turn the light off? Is the sunset that quick when you're in Saint Tome? Do you sense the change coming and the night coming in?
Yeah. It is interesting, yes, and it is constant all year round. It's about between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. You move from 5:30 to 6 o'clock, it's dark.
So within half an hour.
And then in the morning, it's the same thing, about 5:30 to 6 o'clock again in the morning. It was dark, and then boom, you've got light. So it's very very consistent with being center of the world. Very consistent.
Yeah.
And if you had a magnet, like a compass.
Yes.
What does that do, Brother Jose and Angela? That just goes, does that spin
round?
around? A compass. I'm trying to think, I'm just imagining that. Would it?
No, the compass, I mean, Sister Angela can come and say, but a compass, if you've got it, it literally pointed to the north.
Oh.
No.
It literally does that. It points to the north because it is the way they designed it. But again, I think the most beautiful thing is that you in the ocean, seeing the current come from south to north, north to south, and seeing it doing a kind of a circle in the high sea, or you seeing the water doing clockwise and anti-clockwise in those parts. You are seeing both of them at the same time. It's unbelievable. It's really a unique experience, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. So as we're saying, STP, Sao Tome and Principe, it's an important place for pilgrimage and rebirth and reconnection, and for our ancestors. But we do know, we at UGW know that our history does not begin with this slavery that we are talking about, transatlantic slavery, because we were historically important and huge people who had lots and lots of history, who have lots and lots of history that we need to be told. We need this history to be told
Yeah.
so that we know how fantastic our ancestors were. So we're talking about this bit of our history, but it is by no means the only bit of the rich heritage that we have as people, as Black people, as people of color.
But the significance is for me is about the education.
Yes.
Because rightly, as Brother Jose said, the education is by, we always hear about Gambia, Nigeria and Ghana.
Yes.
And then over time we've heard about other places
Yes.
now. So more people in the diaspora understand, and people doing their DNA check. I've found that the other current nations that the Europeans set up, that they come from not just West Africa but Central Africa, but nobody, the narrative about Saint Tome and its significant and not being told. So for us it's really important,
Very important,
that
yeah.
that healing take place for me. So that is really, really key. So what is, Brother Jose and Sister Angela, Brother Jose, you've both travelled and you've been to other places within the continent. What would you say is unique to Saint Tome to other parts of Western Central Africa for somebody who's travelled?
Yes.
Is there, can you assist Brother and Sister Angela? What's unique to Saint Tome to other islands or West Africa?
Well, I think, and I learned this a few years ago, that in Saint Tome it's a highland, so with all the beaches, beautiful sea, but it's a kind of population that loves also the land, not just the beaches, but the land, very linked with the land, very linked with the nature and the ground. And this is something very special also. And when someone goes there and you can see all the botanic garden with a lots of endemic flowers or plants.
Yeah.
There is also there these on something. There are plants or birds or other kind of animal that you just can't see over there. For me, I think because of all the significance of the story that Sister Jackie spoke about, it's a kind of return,
Yes.
a link to our ancestrality, to see what we can do together. I think it's a beautiful place to be with the other brothers and sisters and have time to just to be together, to read, to find that peace and that umoja that we love as a word.
Yeah.
Everything there. If we look to Saint Tome, there is the food. Yes, we have the food in Africa and other places.
Yeah.
We can use the same ingredients. Okay, we can use the plantains or the fish, but the way we cook it can be different and bring different flavors.
Yes.
And that is available also
In South Tome. Yes, yes. Thank you, sister. And I like it that you talked about the land, how important that is, because we know with the climate that we have today, and the upheavals, so to speak, that we are seeing and hearing about in different parts of the globe, it is very important that the land that the land is valued, that the land and the environment is valued, and it's. Sorry, Brother Jose, were you going to say something?
Yeah, okay. Just to, obviously there are a few things that I wanted to add in terms of being unique.
Okay.
First, we spoke about it. It's the only country in the world where it is really center of the world. Greenwich Meridian and Equator. You can never be any country in the world which is so central. This is number one. Number two is one of the very few countries in the world where you see flying fish. Fish flying, real flying. And you not talk about just jumping like dolphins do. Flying like birds. It's
Yes,
very unique.
Yes, I
in
think
that
I read
country.
somewhere that is the actual national symbol, isn't it, of
Exactly.
of
Yeah.
SDP?
They called the flying fish. So
flying
it's very
fish.
unique. For people who never seen such an experience, we would invite you to go and see a blue sea, blue sky, and see those individuals, those fish. Also, another thing very unique in that country is that it's one of the very few countries where the turtle go to lay eggs. They lay eggs there to during the thing they bury the egg in the sand,
Okay.
and then of course they disappear. It's one of the very few countries in the world that you can have that.
Okay.
And the last but not the least is one of course it was the first exit of our ancestors to the Americas, and we want it to be also the entrance. Is the exit door starting the enslavement of transatlantic enslavement of our ancestors,
Yes.
and we want it also to be the entry door. The way you went out, we want you to come in. So those are the ones that I think I should add, because it's really quite emotional thinking about those things.
Look, no, thank you very much, because I've learned something. As I said, every day is a learning day about the turtle, and I'm trying to think about the evolution of the flying fish. How that
How did yes? How that happened,
How
yes.
that happened? How many thousands of millions of years ago? So that's really, really insightful, brother.
And I did hear that the marine life, the beaches, and it's just extraordinary. It's something to go and see. It's quite unique to that area. Sister Magina, you're here with us on this call. Do you have anything to add before we continue with our discussion?
Yes, actually, I found out something about Sao Tome that kind of links with if we mention maroons, we always link it with Jamaica, right? And I know Jackie, she's from there.
Yeah, maroons.
And so we always link it with but maroons were all over. If you know what the maroon did, they're the ones that were resisted enslavement.
Yes.
And they found themselves in remote areas that couldn't be reached by the colonizer.
Invaders,
and they existed without interference.
Yeah.
Well, there's a community in Sao Tome also were called the Maroons. But by the name they call, Angolas. They're known as Angolas, but they were Maroons.
Okay.
And they, they were, for the 300 years that during the colonization, they resisted enslavement. So they were never caught, and there is a community there. So that already creates a link. And we were already in Jamaica, so we create a link now to Sao Tome and finding out more information of our brothers and sisters who also resisted enslavement during that time. So that was interesting.
And that links Sister Magina to Brazil with the similar things. What are they called again, Brother Jose? The equivalent to the Maroons in Brazil that I discovered on the journey.
Quilombo.
Yeah.
Quilombo.
Yeah, remember we covered that?
Quilombo.
Yeah.
Quilombo.
And funny enough, you've got Quilombo in Sao Tome as well. But let me just say something here that many people may know, may not know. Did you know that they consider the population of Sao Tome as the runaway slaves?
Really?
Yes, they consider an indigenous population as the runaway slave.
Okay.
Our ancestors, we were captured in the west coast of Africa, went to stay in the hub, and then to be shipped to Brazil. Then they ran away to the bush. Those are considered the local population,
the indigenous.
the indigenous population, and then of
Yeah,
course
so
you've got the
yeah, those are
Maroons,
the
you've
ones
got the
that
Quilombo,
yeah.
exactly, and
Okay.
Yeah,
they are called today Foro or whatever it is, but they are runaway slaves.
Yes.
Runaway slaves.
yeah.
They are the original population.
Interesting.
I don't call them runaway slaves because they were never enslaved.
No, well, sister, sorry, I'm just using the language that.
Yeah.
Sorry, apologies.
They were never enslaved.
They were not
Yeah,
enslaved.
in the information, like I said, that I found,
Yeah.
they were known as Angolas, but I'm sure there are other communities who resisted enslavement
Yes.
in Sao Tome if we looked hard enough.
Yes. Yes, I'm sure.
So we're not people to be messed around with, basically. We will fight to teeth because it's not natural for us to be in enslavement.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank you
And
so
and
much.
and when you look into, you say the island is small. How those guys were brave enough, and most of them did not know the island at all, because they came from the other part and on ships to the island, and then they decide to run away.
Yeah.
You know,
Well
and build the community, which is called today what it is. But anyway, yeah, we should. Those people should know that they should not mess with that. But anyway, we will go there.
Now this is all.
that's what I have to offer to share. I thought it was interesting considering the fact that we all always link Maroons to Jamaica, but we have people who resisted
Okay, that's fine.
all over, even in other parts of the Americas. So
Yeah.
No, that is really, really good. So, Sister Marie,
Yes.
hopefully we've touched many people as to the significance of Santa May.
Or to make them curious.
To make them
find
curious.
out what
Yes.
is this about.
Yes. So now we're taking everybody, what we're doing is taking people on a journey.
Yeah.
And what we've done, we're organising a summit to deal with the healing and the coming together of our people. So last year we did our first summit, UGW, in Jamaica.
You did.
And the significance of Jamaica and Santa May is to reverse
The triangle.
the triangle, the spell that those that have enslaved our ancestors and colonized us, to reverse that, to do the healing. So it's really important in the re-education of our people that we need to correct the narrative and explain the significance of Santa May.
Yes. Yes.
So now we've taken you on a journey. We want you to come and join us to do the work, to do the healing, and to reconnect. Because nobody's going to do it for us.
No. To do this.
And given what's going on globally, the geopolitics that has been manifesting itself,
Yes.
we have to do it for self, because nobody's going to do that for us, because it's not in their interest. It's not in their interest
Yes.
for us to be really free, truly free. And that's about the healing. So we're doing a summit, and it's on the 6th of August
6th to the 14th.
to the 14th in Santa May. Our summit last year was, I keep still thinking about it.
Yeah. Yes.
It was
Year ago.
absolutely, I think the word electrifying, but on a positive electrifying way.
Yes.
And we're asked, we want to connect. And many of us individually have started that journey as a pilgrim to connect. But there is strength in doing things together.
Unity. Umoja.
Yes. So we would like you to come and reconnect at Santa May, where it all started. Let's do the work to break the spell.
Yeah.
And do the healing, and to take the rebirth, and to know who we are. There's a book, A Tree Without Roots. And many of us in the diaspora are finding out who we are. Some have done the pilgrimage and found out their tribe, but it's not a one-hour event. So we would like you to come and join us.
And even our brothers and sisters all children of Africa. It's not only for our diasporan sisters and brothers. All of us
Yes.
can come together and learn and be united and learn about our history and know that together, powerful as we were, we are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
And we have to not gain that power because we have it, is to use it as a collective.
And to learn what we've all got in common.
Yeah.
On the food. So the staple diet
Yes.
for everybody is like our plantain. We all love our plantain. We all love our yam. We all love cassava in different shapes and forms.
Yes.
Yeah. So the food, what is really important, whether you're on the continent or in the diaspora,
Yeah.
our food is what connects us, and the different names we call things is really important because we are one. And our mother is Africa and our Cubaland.
And it's calling. And so how do
It
we
is.
get into contact with us? How do our listeners, dear listeners, get into contact with us to find out more about registering for the summit and going on it?
We've got a website.
There on the website, the program is available.
Yes.
We have a beautiful program with very impactful, powerful speakers. So it is one place where you can go and see all about the summit, all about the.
And before we finish, somebody listening will think, why do I need to do this? Why should I come?
Mm-hmm.
And what I would like to say, things are happening, brother, sister, globally. Yeah? Globally, things are moving, and we cannot afford to put our heads in the sand and things that change is not on the way. So the new Prime Minister, no President of the United States is there. Many people didn't think he would ever get in. Many people didn't think that a president that had a criminal record and taken to court would come in, but it has.
Those are the facts.
And in a swift of less than a month, it's not the 28th of February yet, things have already started to change. So it's better, there's a saying, if those who fail to prepare to fail.
Mm-hmm.
We can't afford to fail. We have to do it for ourselves. And I think it's important we and everybody bear that in mind. There are changes coming afoot or have. Wouldn't you say that, Sister Marie?
I would. Now, this everybody has to, absorb the information and think about it, because it's a self journey. Nobody can impose and say this is what you should do and this is what you shouldn't do. But learning about who we are, learning about our history empowers us. It helps us to be able to make decisions. And as children of Africa, we want to, and sons and daughters and sisters, brothers, grandchildren of our motherland, we want to ensure that we're authentic, we think about our environment, we think about ourselves as human beings and treat each other as human beings. And we can only do that if we come together. And not all of us would think the same. Obviously, diversity is good. You need to think different ideas, but we need to develop ourselves. We need to empower ourselves and be accountable to ourselves. And so that clarion call is out there, and everybody can.
And I think it's important to note, just in the month, aid has been cut. So the US government has cut aid.
Yeah, we do hear about the consequences of these in our different communities in different African countries. But we do hear as well about the bravery of some of our brothers and sisters, like in Mali and in Burkina Faso. So things can happen in a positive way. Things can happen slowly maybe, but it's better that they happen than the status quo.
Yeah, and in those areas, look what they've achieved in a
In a
very
short-
short time.
2 years.
They are
yes.
manufacturing, they are making things, they're training, and having skills
Yes.
is really, really important. And these are things in our journey of healing, we can be more self-sufficient. So I'm really glad to hear from Sister Angela the
And
connection to the ground.
Yes, to the
Yes.
land, and as well, coming together as one. There's that business. We can develop business connections, networking, because if we don't work, there are many of us who are successful. Many of us who are entrepreneurs, who are successful and have made their way in the world, in the business world, and in different. But we know that as a collective, we do not have that power, that economic power, not the political power. Well, we can have a debate on that, but that but economic power to be able to produce for ourselves, to manufacture, and so we can only do that if we come together.
Yes.
And not act as silos. We have to come together, pool our resources to be able to.
But there's a saying that says in the camp, one hand can't clap.
One hand can clap, yeah.
One hand can't clap. So
Yeah.
if we come together, we can all clap and make and create, but
A louder.
yes, and create
synergy.
things together.
That's
There's
right.
strength in number.
numbers, yes.
So I just thought we're going to wrap up now because we've done our half an hour. So those who have listened to us, we thank you.
Thank you very much for listening, Brother Jose, Sister Virginia, and Sister Angela. Any parting words from you?
Indeed.
For me, it's very simple. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share with you what we feel, the uniqueness of the country. But again, it's part of a bigger house. Okay, the house is there, and Saint-Omer is one part of it. For those of us who like warm weather, like to live the environment, live the nature, you can't find a better place than that part of the world. If you are looking for uniqueness as well, flying fish, looking for the conversion of oceans, looking for the center of the world, be our guest. If you want to learn a bit about our ancestors also who were taken away from the continent and to the place, this is a place also to be in. And it would be nice also for you to go and feel wanted, feel loved, feel balanced, Also, do a bit of business if you wanted to. But more importantly, you reconnect yourself
Healing.
and ourselves with where we're coming from.
Yes.
Whether we like it or not, this is what it is about.
Yes.
Let's reconnect. Let's be ourselves. And let's be in a place where we can identify ourselves with. So those are the parting words, apart from saying thank you to the audience, thank you to invite, and being here with us. And it is really a privilege.
Thank you.
And thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Join us. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And Sister Magina, any passing words from you? That was Sister Angela.
Yes, just thanks again. Reiterate what Brother Jose said, but in addition to say that the journey that we're on is to create a path, a legacy for the next generation.
Indeed.
That's where we're heading.
Yes.
And even more important for all of us to come together to create that much needed legacy, so that they are in a better position that we're in. Become more connected, more united. It's all about Umoja. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And on that
Thank you.
note,
I have been Sister Marie, and
Sister Jackie,
thank you.
take care all.
Take care.
Bye.